sun was someone in the west. Dadang thought to himself, he would tell father about Tiang when he got home. After he had reached the Carbuncle depot and led the shed and said it. He was hesitant about saying it, but he wanted his father to know. What he had to say was of serious import, as it would mark a climacteric in his life. Dadang finally decided to tell it, but the thought came to him. His father might refuse to consider it. The ground was broken up into many fresh wounds and fragrant, with a sweetish, earthy smell. Many slender soft worms emerged from these furrows and then burrowed again deeper into the soil. A short, colorless worm marched blindly to Dadang's foot and crawled calmly over it. Dadang got tickled and jerked his foot, flinging the worm into the air. Dadang did not bother to look where it fell, but thought of his age, 17, and he said to himself, he was not young anymore. Dadang started homeward, thinking how he would break his news to his father. He wanted to marry. Dadang did. He was 17. He had pimples on his face. The down on his upper lip already was dark. This meant he was no longer a boy. He was growing into a man. He was a man. Dadang felt insolent and big. At the thought of it, although he was by nature raw in stature, thinking himself man-grown, Dadang felt he could do anything. He walked faster, rather than the thought of his virility. With the cook's hand down, he thought wild young dreams of himself and Tiang. Tiang, his girl. She had a small brown face and small black eyes, and straight, glossy hair. How desirable she was to him. She made him want to touch her, to hold her. She made him dream even during the day. Then he went into the water, wet his body over, and rocked it vigorously. He was not long in bathing. Then he marched homeward again. The bath made him feel cool. It was dusk when he reached home. The petroleum lamp on the ceiling already was lighted and alone. A varnished square table was set for supper.
Are you done with the food?
Yes.
Okay. Wait, yung sabat alin na.
I want to marry Taeyang. I said I want to marry Taeyang.
You're too young, Dodong.
I'm 17.
That's the point, Dodong. You're not legal to marry.
But I want to marry her. I asked her last night and she said yes. I want your permission. I want it now.
Alright, you tell your mother.
You tell her, Tatay.
Alright.
You will let me to marry Taeya?
Yes. If that's your wish, my son. Of course.
Yes.
Dodong! Dodong! The
What's
baby's
happening?
coming out.
Wait, I will call Nanay and Tatay. Just a minute.
It's okay. Just a little bit. Just a little patient. Almost.
Blas was not Dodong's only child. Many more children came. For 6 successive years, a new child came along. Dodong did not want any more children, but they came. It seemed that the coming of children could not be helped. Dodong got angry with himself sometimes. Taeyang did not complain, but the bearing of children told on her. She was shapeless and thin now, even if she was young. There was interminable work to be done. Cooking, laundering, the house, the children. She cried sometimes, wishing she had not married. She did not tell Dodong this, not wishing to dislike her. But she wished she had not married, not even Dodong whom she loved. There had been another suitor, Lucia, older than Dodong by 9 years, and that was why she had chosen Dodong. Young Dodong, 17. Lucia had married another after her marriage to Dodong, but he was childless until now. If she had married Lucia, she wondered, would she have borne him children? Maybe not either. That was a better lot, but she loved Dodong. Dodong, whom life had made ugly. One night, as he lay beside his wife, he rose and went out of the house. He stood in the moonlight, tired and careless. He wanted to ask questions and somebody to answer him. He wanted to be wise about many things. One of them was why life did not fulfill all of youth's dreams. Why it must be so. Why one was forsaken after love. Dodong could not find the answer. Maybe the question was not to be answered. It must be so to make youth youth. Youth must be dreamfully sweet. Dodong returned to the house humiliated by himself. He had wanted to know a little wisdom, but was denied it. When Blas was 18, he came home one night very flustered and happy. Dodong heard Blas' steps, for he could not sleep well of nights. He watched Blas undress in the dark and lie down softly. Blas was restless on his mat and could not sleep. Dodong called his name and asked why he did not sleep.
You better go to sleep. It is late. Itay, I am going to marry Tona. She accepted me tonight. Itay, you think it over. I love Tona and I want her. You want to marry Tona? Yes. Must you marry? You have objections, Itay? Son, none.
But he was helpless. He could not do anything. Youth must triumph now. Love must triumph now. Afterward, it will be life. As long as youth and love did triumph for Dodong, and then life. Dodong looked wistfully at his young son in the moonlight. He felt extremely sad and sorry for him.